Here are your poses, everybody.
I see.
The sand one doesn't make any sense,
No.
so we don't have to do that.
I have like a tail. I'm just gonna be braiding her hair.
Liam, I would be so thrilled if you would consider.
And I show my knees up and
I have a little bit more of your face to camera. Yeah, great. The braid is beautiful. Yes. And just hold that.
Yeah.
And breathe. You're allowed to breathe. You can make adjustments. You can blink. You can like let gravity be your friend right now and sink into these positions. We're cooking.
We're cooking.
The gas is on the stove.
Yeah.
Will you sit for me?
Yeah.
At night in the lighthouse, a mouse cuts the electric cord. Cargo headed south, drifts ever so slightly towards. Stowaway must not shout, but sees the shore, barely makes it out. Only seconds before rising tide lifts the waves, cresting like sharpened blades. Dark blue water turns to black. There is no turning back. Survivor swims to safety while the ship gives in. Sunrise, no sign of either the vessel or its secret. The bluff has steps and it's stone. Divers go counting bones. The mouse who cut the cord, the stowaway overboard. The steps in the stone remain unknown. Remain unknown. Murky depths protect their own.
And 3, 2, 1.
It's what? It must be like 500 people destroying the world, right?
Right.
So it's not that it's just everything is profit driven. It's that power is concentrated in the hands of like a very small number of white men who want to preserve the existing power dynamics that benefit them, whether that's gender, sexuality, or race, or
If
whatever.
I could take a pause, I might feel lost.
Also, they're trying to squeeze us all dry while they're at it, so.
Before I'm back out in the sun, around tourists having fun.
That's chipper. That's fun. But I like the song. It's it's fun. It's very fun. It's a fun listen.
If I could take a pause, I might feel lost as temperatures rise. I'm part of the cause. It's getting warmer and that should make me mad. If I had time off to remember why this busyness is bad.
Forks Washington sweatshirt.
I love it. I did clock it, but it's like,
Am I?
I don't know.
Is Twilight the most important thing in my life?
There's like the huge trend of like Mormon LDS writers writing like genre fiction, and that's like, you know, a way to explore your less condoned desires and behaviors without putting it in the framework of the real world.
When I was younger, I wanted nothing to do with the boys. When I was younger, I wanted to blend in, but I had no choice. Truth is out there, carried on the wind by spoken word. I was afraid if I listened, I'd get hurt by a secret so immense. It's a capital offense just to know it, even though everybody already knows it. I didn't have the words they did that made it worse for me. A curse was forming over me. I like it, I liked it, I wanted it to be me. I wanted it to be me. Now that I'm older, I felt what it is to have a voice. I wanted it to be me. They're coming for us all. Eventually, truth is out there, carried on the wind by spoken word. I get afraid if I listen, I'll get hurt by those secrets so immense. It's a capital offense just to know them, even though everybody already knows them.
I feel like I have piles of things to say.
Please.
This is like, my hill, my self-imposed hill to climb. What resonates with me is like in a different way, but I also felt like I was unable to conform as a child, like pressing on through my life, always being like looking at what the status quo or like conformity is pressuring me towards, and being like having like the gut reaction of like to steer away from that, because I just have developed like a contrariness that way. But also being like, why do the powers that be want me to do this, and what does it actually mean? And me like rejecting like the idea of like a proposal, an engagement, like jury's still out on marriage.
Something Corinne and I talked about when we were talking about getting married is the idea that nobody's locked in to this relationship, you know? Like, we can make it official with the state if we'd like to. And we have commitments to each other and responsibilities to each other, but those exist because we continue to choose them.
So observant, far from hurting, hell is heaven, the curse is worship.
Marriage, in a way, seems to only, like, something only has value, a relationship only has value if it's permanent, or, like, defined as permanent. Whereas I think, you know, commitment in the moment is just as valuable.
Are we watching the same show? I could watch this film 1,000 times. I am the final girl in my life. 24 frames a second. My survival is the message. 24 frames a second. My survival is the message. same show? Do you know all that I know? Are we watching the same show? Do you know all that I know? Island angel points to horizon line, floating above what's left behind, keeping an eye on the road ahead. In the valley there is a bed, in bed I watch on my laptop as credits roll at magic hour. The violent angel's carnage won't stop, witnessing it has almost gone south. So observant, far from hurting, hell is heaven, the curse is worship. So observant, far from hurting, hell is heaven, the curse is worship.
I think there's also something about like being in a long-term relationship where it becomes like a habit, like, and I love you and I love you. And I don't think that's a derogatory thing, even though like a lot of, maybe it might seem like that. Because I think it's good to be like, yeah, in the unconscious practice of just loving someone.
Click out the light, you've downed your meds. I set our alarm for 8. How the hell is it Saturday again? It's not like it's our weekend anyway. And so we begin again, again. You've had trouble sleeping lately, and I can't imagine why. The news will still be here tomorrow, outside our little life.
I pick and choose where to spend time, borrowed from the night, listening to half-written songs of mine in the morning light. As I drift off at 6, everything has been fixed. For a moment my work is complete, and so we begin again, again, again.
And so we begin. I love you, and 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 I love you again, and I love you,
And I love you.
again. Does the snake ever finish eating its tail? If it does, please don't tell me. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow's too much. Keep your arms tight around me.
And so we begin again, again, again. And so we begin again, again, again. And so we begin again, again, again.
And I love you,
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 and I love you.
a place to rest my head carved out of wood.
Something in the way, with no will to surprise. Is there more to say to you before we get to July? I'll see you in a month. It'll feel like no time at all. Before we know it, we'll be here in the fall. Mystery, changing leaves. You were out and I was there, in your house, million miles there. Time to hide the keys. Something's up your sleeves. Sometimes you're out of your head. Sometimes you're out of your head. Mystery, changing leaves, singing loud deceptiveness, familiar sound. I bet this is hidden messages. Hidden messages. Something in the way, with no will to surprise. Is there more to say to you before we get to July? Sometimes you're out of your head. Sometimes you're out of your head. Sometimes you're out of your head. Hidden messages. Feels like I'm in it instead. Hidden messages.
A line I've wanted to use in something for a long time is, I think love is the deepest form of sadness. Like, I think that when you really love someone, you constantly also are living with the reality that every separation from them, whether it's time or death or I gotta run to the store, like that there's some loss in that separation. And so to engage in love with someone is to accept that sadness that's gonna live with you.
Glancing, staring down the road. Glancing, staring down the road. Dancing, sharing, doing as we're told. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you.
referencing it?
I'm grateful for these days. Smoke, haze.
They say, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. That
That's a
turn of
good one.
phrase just brought that to mind for me as a free association. Alrighty.
This was fun. Yes.
Good to see you.
Have a great move.
Can I give you a hug?
Yes. Ireland, right?
Scotland.
Scotland eventually, but it'll take a moment.
First we're going to Liam's parents.
Okay, go.
See you. Thank you very
Well,
much for
thanks,
being
Adam.
here.
Sorry.
Talking with us.
Can't wait to see him.
Yeah, this is cool.
A lot of my work in therapy is like, but how are you feeling? What if you, not what if you could think the right thing, what if you could figure it out, but how are you feeling right now?
Do you have the experience of people saying the right thing that has left you satisfied about how they feel about you? Like, is this something you're trying to replicate or something that does not exist?
I think it's something I'm trying to fix.
Stay in your arms where I say I know I'm safe in your arms to be great every day. In your arms I can your hands in my hands. 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 I am someone you knew, someone you grew old next to. Hands in my hands. Hands in my hands. How would I be changed had I not passed through your time? How would I have changed without your hands in mine? Passing through with your hands in my hand. One day passing away with your hands in my hand. Your hands in my hands. 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 Your hands in my hands.
What made me think of is the poem, the Mary Oliver poem we had Megan read at our wedding.
You guys were talking about framing or not. What kind of frame do you want to put that in?
Oh, like a shadow box kind of.
Yeah, sort of thing. We also want to frame our flower crowns, so the question is if it's like doing,
All together.
if it's doing one big frame or if it's three.
Separate frame.
That's cute.
I couldn't quote it.
Okay.
But it's pretty short.
Yeah.
But it's like terrible things are happening. So if you find something great, just embrace it. And the final line is joy is not made to be a crumb.
If only one thing's true, I know for sure we're only passing through. I find you at our meetings on the couches during meals at our table in our bed. In the moments before we sleep, we share things done and said that we can attend to the dream between words, delicious trauma seen and heard. Losing you lasts a lifetime. Finding you is a lifeline. Our love in spite of our love because of where we are. In the place we live, we embrace what we have to give. We're told we're safe to hold the velvet gloved hand on stolen land, far from fear, growing closer, growing near, and it means something. Our love as it is, our love as it is, given where we are. How lucky are we to live our lives in peace while death rains from the sky? How lucky are we to live our lives in peace, missiles guided by AI. If only one thing's true, I know for sure we're only passing through. If only one thing's true, I know for sure we're only passing through. I know for sure we're passing through.
There you go. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for sharing.
Living in memory of when you were away from me. Living in memory of when you were away from me.
I liked the way that y'all talked about the concepts and the relationship that y'all are applying the concepts to. It felt comforting to me, which I think was part of what I was asking for without knowing that that's what I was asking for.
You kind of framed it, Corinne, in the same way that we talk about relationships. Like, this mattered and was good and beautiful in the moment, and that has value even if it changes.
I
think I sometimes look forward to changes. I think because if they're inevitable, I get excited by new possibilities.
Away from me, around, living in a time, memory time of when you were a time.
Tough look for me, opening with like 500 white men controlling the world. But it's okay, it is reflective of the world.
And I don't know if it's intentional, but you almost can't tell you're saying when you weren't away from me or when you were away from me.
It wasn't intentional, but I've been thinking about it. Yeah.
A time without you around me.
I'm feeling like I got great stuff here. Yeah, maybe I'll pause the recording, then we can talk a little bit more, and then.
Great.
Cool.
The time I'm in without you around me.